Alright, so this is my first time getting my hands on one of these. This is, I believe, a Framework 16 laptop. So a customer bought this refurbished and they were asking me to replace the liquid metal with some PTM7950. So let's go ahead and open this thing up and see how it goes. It was a little bit tricky. I didn't open it up all the way, but I watched a video taking it apart. It's a little bit weird if you don't know what to expect. The video wasn't too close and clear on what was going on. So let's see if this video is more useful to people. So first thing, we're just going to remove these. I mean, I don't know. These things kind of lock this one in place, and I think it only locks that specific bottom one. Actually, I think it locks all of them. So these lock these little pieces in place. So when you click it down to the red position, that means they're unlocked, okay? So the way you remove these, the way I found that's best, I wouldn't just flick it like this because you'll launch it out and make it fly away. So what you do is you go from the top here, you use a fingernail if you can to kind of push this, or if you can, it's really hard to grab with just your fingers. So you kind of need something more solid like a fingernail, or you can use a plastic tool or something like one of these kind of spudgers or something maybe just to push on it. But basically you push it like that and you can see how it pops out. If you're not careful and you just use your fingernail, you will flick it off far away. So what I do, again, I push down here with my other finger and then I push with my thumb there, and that's how you remove these without flinging them out everywhere. So these are all interchangeable. There's 6 of these USB-C adapter thingies here. So we're just going to take all 6 of those, or I guess technically 5 because there isn't one here. But they had 5 of them, so we're just going to go ahead and take those all out and just move them aside. Again, it helps to kind of hold it down like that so you don't just fling it out somewhere far away. They do have all these QR codes in here on here, whatever that's for, but yeah, they're customizable. You can see they have multiple USB-Cs. What's this purple one? Also USB-C. What's the difference here? Translucent. Is it just different color, or does it actually do something different? I don't know. But anyways, they have HDMI as well. Okay, I don't know if this means anything to anyone. And then they have a regular USB-A kind of port. This is USB 3. I don't know what version, 3.1 or something. And then another USB-C. Okay, so they got a lot of USB-C ports. Okay, I don't know if it even makes sense to technically buy a USB-C one because it's technically already USB-C. I mean, I guess if you use the little adapter, you're less likely to damage it, because if you put it straight in here, this is USB-C, so you could technically just plug a USB-C in here, I think, and you can probably just use it this way. But I think there's a little bit more risk to the motherboard doing it that way. So yeah, I would say probably get one of these just to be safe so you don't risk damaging your board. Okay, so here you can see if I slide this, it makes these little notch things come out. Okay, so you can see it slides all 3 of them up and down on both sides. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and get deeper into this thing. They have the little Framework logo here. Okay. All right, I'm not doing a complete disassembly on here. I mean, obviously, if you want to do that, you can. Or if you want to see that, there's plenty of videos online for that kind of thing. So yeah, that's not my purpose. I need to just do what the customer asked me to, because I don't want to risk damaging something, taking other things apart. But I mean, it's designed to be taken apart, but still. Anyways, you can see you can turn the microphone on and off. They have these little sliders. Pretty cool. And the camera as well. So that's cool. Okay, so I don't know. It's so much easier to do if you have fingernails. If you don't, I don't know how people do this with no fingernails. But anyways, there we go. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we got to take these pieces out. So there's these little 2 latches here. You pull these out. You can see it turns that orangish red. And then you slide these down. Once you slide them down, you can go ahead and lift these out. You can see there's this soft rubbery material underneath here. And then these are how it slides in. It kind of locks into the little gaps there. So we're going to set these 2 plates aside. There's going to be a lot of pieces we're going to be removing. Okay, so this piece, how does this come out? I think you slide it down like this, and then you can lift it up. and it's pretty cool. You can see how it attaches. It just has these little contact pads, so very simple to swap it out. And you can actually go even further and remove like these little pieces. You can undo the ribbon cable if you want. It's underneath some clear plastic though, and then there's screws to replace the trackpads themselves. They have like that nice rubbery material here, I'm assuming, so it doesn't scratch up here and it doesn't rattle. So pretty cool. And then it has all these little things to slide it into place. You can also see 2 magnets here. So this thing does have a bunch of magnets in it holding stuff together. So yeah, you have all these little tabs here. So on the sides, we're gonna pull these up. So you have these little black tabs that you can lift, and then you pull this up, and it has a magnet, or it has these magnets here that just stick this down to hold it in place. Okay, so it kind of slides in and then drops down. So this helps hold the top down, and then you have these connectors on the side. Since this isn't my computer, I'm not really turning it on to use it. I don't know what these things do. Are these touchpads? I don't know. If somebody knows, feel free to let me know. But yeah, we're just going to pull this up. Same thing, magnets, more connectors. You can see there's a bunch of extra connectors that weren't even being used because the touchpad only uses one of them. So it's very, very customizable. Pretty cool. All right. And I know like a lot of phones and some laptops have started using these kinds of connectors where you just drop things down. It's pretty cool. All right, you got 2 tabs here, so you grab those and just pull straight up, and you can see it detaches again. You have a connector there, and then 2 more there, and you can see it's actually only using this one for the keyboard. Then you can actually see you can disconnect the keyboard here. The keyboard itself is held with the black melted plastic, at least the backlight and other stuff, to this frame. So yeah, I mean, it's almost as bare bones as it gets, so you can just get a replacement keyboard if you need a replacement keyboard. And then they have all these different like number pads and things I've seen. Pretty cool. I'm assuming some of these are for like keyboard backlights and other things. Okay, I don't think this piece comes out where the power button is. I think you have to take these out first. They actually number all these little screw points. So let's actually zoom in a bit. And you don't really need to undo them in order, but I think they said when you screw them in, it helps like keep it from flexing and it helps align everything. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get a screwdriver and start taking things out. I think they said these are T5s. It looks like somebody opened this before because the screws do look like they have some kind of wear on it. So anyways, if we go by the numbers, let me see if I can show you. So there's no number 1 actually. At least I don't think. I think number 1 is removing like the other pieces or something. Oh, actually number 1 is this, removing the, I'm assuming there's a battery connector. So you just pull straight up on there, and there you go. That's disconnected. All right. And personally myself, oh, why did that tab, it went under itself. Okay. Plastic tab somehow went under itself. So personally, after doing that, I would press and hold the power button to drain any residual power. I mean, they probably build it so that you probably don't need to worry about that, but actually when I held that, it says input module connector board not detected. So is that not the battery connector? What is this connector? I don't know, but you can see it still turns on. So I guess we'll just hold the power button and turn it back off. Interesting. Okay, so that's not the battery. Interesting. I would have thought they'd make you remove the battery first. What is this? Okay, this thing says no power. Basically, make sure your computer is off. This seems to be... Oh yeah, okay, I saw a video on this. This is the GPU connector in here. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove the metal plate first. Sorry, I know I'm jumping all over the place. I'm just exploring. So yeah, anyways, this is screw number 2. I like to keep all the screws in order, but if I remember correctly, they stay attached to this piece, so we don't have to worry about it. But normally, I would put them flat side down on my desk in the pattern I remove them. Anyways, we got number 2, number 3, we got number 4 over here. It's nice, they number everything. Okay, hopefully none of these screws are just going to fall off. There's number 5. Why was that already loose? Okay, and then we got number 6 here. We got number 7 here. Okay, then we got number 8 here. Okay, number 9 here. Number 10 is down here. Number 11 is down here. 12 is up here. 13 is up here. 14 is over here. 15 is over here. 16 is over here. 17 is over here, and I'm assuming that's all of them. Then hopefully now we can lift this thing up. So we have these little red tabs that we took out earlier, and it looks like that allows us to take this whole thing out. And you can see they put some names here, made with love by the framework team. So these people's names are all in there, and some more names. You can join them. There's their website to get a job there. Is that all the people? That's it to make this entire thing? Okay. Anyways, here you go. Just in case you want to see a close-up of all this stuff. Okay, pretty neat. Those connectors. Ah, okay. So this just makes it so all these connectors attach to the motherboard. So once you disconnect this is pretty much making it so none of these are connected to the board. So that's not any part from the battery. That is odd. Okay, so the thing that I'm saying is odd is this is a thermal pad here. Why didn't they peel off the thermal pad protective layer? Was that forgotten? I'm pretty sure you shouldn't leave this layer on a thermal pad. So this should be taken off. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to take that out. Otherwise, it's not really doing anything. Anyways, the screws hold themselves in place with these little plastic washers. So it's nice. You're not going to lose any of the screws unless somebody took it out or somehow they forgot to put them on at the factory. But they're all on there. But yeah, if you're like pushing on the screw and unscrewing it, you might accidentally pop it out from the plastic piece. So keep that in mind. If you peeled off the thing there, make sure you're not sticking that face down, getting dirt and dust all over it. Okay, and anyways, we have get that off me. All right, we have the battery here. So they have the little QR codes and all of that. Let's go ahead and remove the battery. So I don't know if they label the order of this. Okay, these do seem to stay attached as well. It says 1 of 3, so you know there's only 3 screws here. Pretty cool. Okay, so remove those. Okay, now we got the 3 screws out. We'll grab this battery tab and we'll just pull straight up and it comes out very nicely, okay? And it slots back in if you do that and drops back down. This is pretty heavy for the size, so it must be a pretty good battery, have quite a good capacity, 85 watt hours. There you go, some information if you want it. Model, FRAND, FRANDB 0000. There you go. Okay, I don't know if there are aftermarket batteries and stuff yet, but yeah, I don't know. I would assume a company that makes something like this isn't gonna, hopefully not gonna cheat you on the cost of things. There's an M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD here. Let's see, does this come out now, or am I gonna have to? Oh, okay, this should come out pretty easily. It looks like we will have to disconnect this cable here. So you can connect it from disconnect it from either side. Let me actually zoom in here a bit. Okay, so it looks like we can disconnect it from here, but maybe I should just disconnect the whole cable. Let's do it. We'll disconnect the whole cable. So I'm going to flip the latch here, and then after that, we can go ahead and get underneath this blue tab, grab that, and pull that out. Okay, and oh, I see why. Okay, so maybe I should have just done it from here. They use some adhesive to hold this piece on there, so I'm actually going to leave that attached, I guess. So we'll flip this latch, and then we'll go ahead and get under here and pull it out from this side. And now I have to put this back, I guess, because I don't want to have to worry about that adhesive. So let's go ahead and get this back in there. Okay, if you peel this out, it's a little bit difficult to get this back in, honestly. There we go. Okay, I'm not sure why they went this route, but yeah, just be careful, because if you damage this portion, I guess maybe they figured if you damage this, you can replace just this. If you damage this, you can replace just that instead of replacing the whole thing. But I don't know, kind of weird. I don't know why they made it 2 separate pieces. I guess you break less of the cable if you break it. All right, let's see. Can we just lift this up and take it out now? It's kind of stuck there. How do I get this off? Is this that? Why is it just stuck in there? How do you get it out? I don't know. Am I gonna have to watch tutorials on how to remove everything? They have QR codes here. I think these are supposed to lead to videos or something on how to remove things. I don't know. Anyways, oh, I forgot the one thing. After I disconnected the battery, okay, we're gonna reattach the power button, and I'm gonna press and hold this for 15 seconds to drain any residual power, make it a little bit safer to work on. Okay, I don't think I need to pull the entire motherboard logic board out to work on the the power supply or GPU, I mean CPU or GPU. Is this just this? Oh, there's both. Okay, so I don't think this is the, yeah, no, this doesn't have a separate GPU, does it? Huh. I don't know. Anyways, under here you have these. What parts do I need to remove? There's a few things here. Let's go ahead and remove this. This attaches the GPU, I believe. So does the screw come out or all stays in there? Okay, that looks like that stays attached as well. We're gonna undo these 2 screws as well. Okay, I think they all stay attached. Pretty nice. Okay, so I don't think this one is using the GPU. I think the guy said it doesn't have the added GPU. So this also has the little connectors here. Be careful with these that you don't damage it. Okay. And yeah, I don't know. I saw a video where they like slid out a whole thing here. I'm not sure what this little button's for here. There's a tiny little button there. It says SW1. That's it. So, oh, sorry. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything there. All right. Anyways, what else do we need to remove? You got the screen cable here, connector here. This you should be able to just pull straight up. Yep. All right. You got this other cable here, most likely for the microphones and stuff. And yeah, I don't know if I'm missing something. I thought we're supposed to be able to slide the GPU portion out. Am I missing something here? Yeah, I might have to watch some video on how this stuff, somebody else took it apart first so I can see, because it's not as intuitive as you would think. Like, I can't just pull this out, so I don't want to just rip on this and I don't know. Yeah, if I just pull on this, I might break something, I feel. So, right, it doesn't just move. So let me see if I can find something on this, and I'll be back. All right, hopefully I figured out the rest. So I did miss these 2 screws here. We're gonna take these 2 out. Okay, so these also stay attached. I don't know if these little metal plates here are removable from whatever's here. There's little pieces of tape on there holding that. So once you do that, you can actually pull this whole fan assembly thing out. It helps to kind of turn it upside down and do it, but I mean, you can do it from the top as well. But go underneath and you can see how we can just slide this out. So this is for like an added GPU if you wanted, but in this case you can see they just have these 2 fans here for added cooling. Okay, not really much under there. They have the plastic with that kind of whatever metallic tinge to it. I'm not sure what that does. I've seen a lot of laptops with that kind of stuff there. And you can see these fans connect with this kind of just pad there as well. 2 fans are removable with the little flip latches on both sides there. And then there's more T5 screws that hold those in. There's some QR codes there. I'm assuming that's for replacement parts or something, or how to remove them or something. But there we go. We got that out. Okay, let's see if we can now remove that one piece that was stuck there before. So we'll open this up again. These speakers are down here. We will have to disconnect it, but I'm probably not going to remove them, just so I can pull the motherboard out, okay? So let's see now, can we get this piece off? Is it still? Okay, so now it's coming out a lot easier. So it looks like there's another magnet here holding it, and I'm assuming that back part that slid into it somehow latched on, because it wasn't that easy to pull up before. You can see the power button is replaceable. You do need smaller PH0 screws. There's 3 of them. And yeah, I guess we do need to detach the other side of this cable if we're going to take the whole motherboard out. So we'll flip that back up and pull this back out. Okay, so we'll get this back out. Alright, and then obviously there's some replaceable RAM. There's 2 slots here. One is the upside down on the other side. So we'll lift this out just so you can see. Oreo, what are you barking at? Stop. Okay, here you go. So there's a 16 gig DDR5, 5600 stick of RAM. There's 2 of them. And then they have another QR code here. I don't know if that's for replacement RAM. Hold on, let me see why Oreo's barking. Do I got an intruder? Alright, so it was one of my customers. So let's go ahead and continue removing this. So we have all of this open. We are going to have to remove the wireless card. Let's actually zoom in. Sorry if I haven't been zooming in enough for you guys to see what's going on, but anyways, all right, we got another T5, Torx 5, and it looks like that screw also holds itself in place. If you want to remove the antennas, you can, but I'm just going to leave them there. You have this little plastic piece that slides on, okay? We're going to set that aside, and we're going to move this aside. Why is, oh, there's a foam on top. I was like, why is the connector so tall there? All right, so we're gonna wiggle that to pull that out, and let's see, we gotta move these cables out of the way because they're kind of on top of the board. So we gotta wiggle that to pull it up, wiggle that to pull it up, and I'm just gonna move these cables so they're no longer covering the board. Let's see what else we got in here. So they do number these screws for the board as well. And yeah, they do have, let me see here. So they do label all of these. It looks like this is a case intrusion switch kind of thing. But yeah, so they have a 2 of 6 here. I'm assuming this is 1. Okay, so this is 1 of 6 right here. Okay. Oh, okay, these screws actually come out, so make sure you set them somewhere safe. Again, I like to keep all the screws in order so that you can put them back in the same exact spot. I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. So we got screw number 1 there, we got number 2 over here. Okay, there's a bunch of extra screws if you need to remove those things, but I'm not going to remove them. The screen looks pretty easy to remove as well, the hinges. There's these screws, and then after you remove that, you should be able to pull the entire screen assembly out, but you do need to unroute these cables because they are going all through these little plastic mounts. So yeah, the wireless antennas do go through the screen as well. I'm assuming this thing just pops out, but again, I don't want to mess with it because I don't need to, and I don't want to risk causing damage, although it should be one of the easier type of screens to replace. It looks like the simple build. Some laptops I've worked on before do have that kind of design, so yeah, there's number 3, here's number 4. Oh, we are going to have to undo the speaker connector there as well. Number 4. Number 5, I'm assuming, is this one. Okay. And number 6 is where? Is there, it says there's 6, so where's the 6th one? Is it hiding under? Is it under this? Oh, there it is. Hiding under this. Alright, so there's screw number 6, and that should be all to be able to lift the board out. Again, this wireless speaker, or sorry, the speaker connector is down here. It looks like they give you a pull tab to be able to take it out. So hold the board down or leave that screw in, and then you should be able to just pull it up. And yeah, it comes out pretty nicely. There are screws that hold it into place, the yellow ones. So pretty simple. If you do need to take the speakers out, there is a wire that runs across here. Kind of wish that they had a way to connect them both separately, but you can see there's like low room on the board to add more connectors. So anyways, we can lift this up now, I think. Yep. Okay, get this out of the way. Grab over here to be safe. Okay, the screen is heavy, so be careful that you don't let the thing just tip over, because it will just tip over if you have the screen tilted back too far. And there's another thermal pad that's not uncovered. What is this? What is the How are these thermal pads going to do anything if they're not even uncovered? Does that touch anything? I don't know. All right. Oh, I see. Okay. Maybe I should leave that thermal pad covered. So this thermal pad looks like if you want to add another chip here or something. I don't know if it's for an SSD or what. Kind of looks like an M.2 SSD slot, but I don't know. It could be another network card. I don't know. You'll have to let me know if you know, because I don't know. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and I'm going to set this aside. Okay. So we'll set this thing aside. And we're going to go ahead and put the board. I'm going to put it on this ESD bag. All right, so on the back, you can see whatever is on there. Kind of interesting. The CPU or GPU bracket is like this kind of trapezoid or whatever shape. Okay, and you can see all the individual USB-C ports, so they are on there soldered to the board. So if you do somehow break these, then yeah, you're gonna have to solder some new ones. So again, it's a good idea to use one of these adapters so you don't have to worry about accidentally breaking it. I'm pretty sure people are making aftermarket of those if they're expensive directly from Framework. I don't know if they're gonna get sued if that's copyright infringement, but I have a feeling somebody's making some aftermarket ones. All right, fan wise, this is super clean in here, so I don't know. They said it was refurbished, but it looks like brand new in here. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is work on the CPU and GPU. The customer just said they wanted the PTM7950 done to the CPU, so I'm assuming this is a GPU, so I don't know if I can just do one. I think I have to do both. Are these, oh, they are labeled, right? There's no number on this one, but we got, wait, what, 3, 4, so this is probably 1. I can't really read the 2, so this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, and this is number 4, okay? So I don't know if we need to, okay, we don't need to take anything out of there. So we got that, and then now, usually what I do to get this out, I have to kind of wiggle it like this to release the paste, because if you just pull straight up, a lot of times you can damage or bend these, so you don't want to just pull this straight up, or you have to find a solid place to kind of pry it lightly from. Okay, you can see this, it doesn't just come off easily. So let's see, so I'm gonna hold this and I'm gonna kind of wiggle these side to side. You can see here it's wiggling. Okay, and this is usually the best way to help release the paste here. Oh, I got people here, so I might have to, give me a second. All right, let's go ahead and continue trying to remove this thing. It's sticking down pretty solid. You can see actually the CPU one is coming up pretty easily now. So we're gonna have to just keep wiggling. And what I'm gonna do while I'm wiggling, I'm pulling up slightly, and hopefully that will help, because this side is being a pain. I don't know, I saw videos of people just rip it off, but it's not easy. It doesn't just come out, so I don't know. Again, you don't want to just yank this thing out. I don't know, I've seen people just rip it out, but that's not good for the board. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep trying to wiggle and trying to pull. This side definitely is coming up, so should be okay, but the GPU itself is gonna be kind of a pain. So I'm wiggling as I pull on this piece. It's kind of coming up. It's kind of coming up, but not really. Come on, come on. Come on, let go. Jeez, this thing holds on really tight. How are they just like lifting it out like that? Yeah, it's not gonna come out easily. Keep wiggling and keep pulling and keep wiggling and keep pulling. Come on, let go. I know you want to. Jeez, this thing is there a hidden screw somewhere I'm not seeing? Or is the paste just that difficult? All right, let's take out this stick of RAM, just in case. Actually, let's take out both. Maybe that will give it more wiggle room. Kind of, a little, not really. Maybe I can lift under this side a little. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Jeez. Look at this. It's not coming out at all. How are people getting this out so easily? Or did they just cut out the struggle? Jeez. Okay. They also have thermal pads under here, as you can see. So you see that, these two pink thermal pads here, so make sure you lift that out. There's this foam here that makes it a little bit annoying to take out. I don't know what that's, maybe to make it a little bit less squishy on top when they put those metal frames and things. But this thing is not coming out. Do I just need to slowly pull on it and just keep pulling? You can see all the pink pads under there. So actually, is this the CPU under this? Maybe the CPU is right under there and it doesn't want to come out at all. Because this side is just a bunch of pink pads. Oh my god. What is this? It's not coming out at all. Is there an easier way to remove this? This feels like something's gonna break if I just yank on it. Are these screws are out? They're all out. They're all out. What? Am I missing something here? Hold on, I think my brother's trying to come in. Alright, let's continue trying to remove this thing. It doesn't want to come out. What is going on here? Is it the liquid metal is that solid? Jeez, come on. Do I need a special kind of spring that pulls on it the other way as I try and lift it? Or is there something underneath? Let's see. Is there something underneath? It's just those four. This heatsink is so difficult to remove for being a such easy to work on computer. This is very strange. Okay, I'm pulling up with my finger here, pushing with my finger down against here, and pushing down with my thumb to help pry this up as I kind of wiggle from this side. And let's see if that helps. Basically just wiggle left and right, and hopefully eventually it doesn't want to come out. There has to be an easier way to do this. Does it take that much force? Oh my goodness. Let's take the SSD out as well. Why not? Okay. Lift this up slightly and wiggle and pull that out. Okay. Here you can see the other screw for the other card that goes underneath. And that one takes the, is that also a PCIe? I don't know, it doesn't say. I'm assuming it's for an SSD, but let's see. Yeah, I think it's another SSD slot, but the shorter version. Okay, anyways, this thing is still not wanting to come out. I have more room to wiggle it now, I guess, without the SSD there. But it's still not coming out. What is this? What is holding this down? Lifting up from this side. is going on here? Lift up from here while wiggling. It really doesn't want to come out. What about from here? Lift from this side while wiggling. What? What is this sorcery? How is it wiggling so much but not lifting at all? Look at this. What? I'm gonna spend more time taking the entire thing apart than to just separate the heatsink from the board. There, the screws aren't attached. Is this the liquid metal that solidifies at room temperature? Wiggle and pull and wiggle and pull, and it's not moving, it's not coming out. What is going on here? What is going on? How are people making it look so easy to take out? There's no thermal pads on the bottom of this side. It doesn't want to come out at all. What in the world? Can I lift the screw mounts higher so I can twist it further? What is going on here? Still not wanting to come out. It's twisting further, but nothing's happening. Okay, let's go back the other way. Still nothing. What is this? How do you get this out? This does not want to move at all. I don't know. I'm gonna spend over an hour just trying to pry this thing up. Does it need heat to melt the liquid metal underneath or something? Is that what's going on? Do I need to heat this up somehow? What? Okay, let me see. I'm gonna get a hair dryer. I'm just gonna blow some hot air at it or warm air at it and see if that helps me lift this up. Alright, so we have this on the hot setting. It's just a normal hair dryer, and I'm just gonna see if warming this up somehow helps, okay? I hope it does. Because if it doesn't, I have no idea how you're gonna get this thing out. Warm it up. Use the higher setting. Maybe just warm is enough, not burning hot. Let's see. Let's see if that did anything now that it's warm instead of cold. Other than just warming up my fingers. It's still not coming out. How hot does it need to be? What is this? Let go. Oh my goodness. Oh, is this stuck on there too? Okay. Well, this is... Okay, no. What the heck? It's not coming out. What in the world? How are you supposed to repair this if you can't even get this thing out? It's still not coming out. I guess let's heat it some more. Heat pipe's pretty warm. Let's try. Come on. What in the world? Oh my god. How much force does it take to pry this thing off? Is there a secret to this? Is there a secret to this that they're not revealing? Is there something hidden under this? No, there's nothing hidden under there. What? Oh, this works. Okay. Alright, well, here you go. Peel that up and then pull from here. That seemed to work. Here you can see all the thermal pads underneath. Okay. What in the world? Is this the liquid metal? Okay, look at it. It's like dots. Dot, 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 dot. Interesting. They have a QR code on there. And they have this, the foam pads kind of holding it. So let me actually let this cool down a bit. And then we'll see if I can, am I supposed to just peel that up? I don't know. We'll see what I can do. All right. But it's definitely not liquidy like normal liquid, liquid metal. So I'll let it cool a bit. You can see they put this whole film all around. So that's pretty nice to keep it from getting on the other components. Okay. But yeah, I don't know why. It was so difficult to remove that. I don't know what's going on here. Is it because of how solid it is? You can see it's like solid. So, oh, here you go. Okay, look at this. So this metal sheet, it actually just peels up. What kind of liquid metal is this? Interesting. It's like foil. Okay, I don't want to mess around with it and then end up dropping it on stuff. So we got that out. Let's see, how are we going to get the rest? No wonder why it's so difficult to remove. I think it needs to be like super hot to liquefy or remove. And you can see this stuff, it kind of scrapes up very easily. So I like that it's not like all liquidy just rolling around the place. You can see some of the liquid metals kind of stuck up here. I don't think you can really remove that. It seems stuck to this plastic. Actually, okay, it is coming up. So there you go. We got this little piece off. So I'm gonna have to go over a trash can or something so I don't drop this on the board itself. And then you got all these little dots here that, I don't know, they don't seem to move at all. I don't think you can clean this off with isopropyl alcohol either. So it's likely gonna like just combine with the PTM7950 stuff, because yeah, it's not, I don't think you can get those dots off. I think it's part of the design of the heatsink itself. Okay, so I'm just going off to the side of my trash can here. I have the board upside down and I'm just kind of scraping at the liquid metal to get the residue off. Okay, you can see, like, even though they have all the stuff, there's like a, oops, where am I? There's a tiny little speck there. So yeah, I'm gonna take this out, I'm gonna scrape all that stuff off, and then I'm gonna use a air blower just to get rid of it. Okay, so I'll be back. Alright, let's go ahead and use a little isopropyl alcohol and see if we can clean it up to make it a bit shinier, or if that stuff is just permanently there. I mean, it's liquid metal, it should be okay because it helps with thermal, but we want to get as good PTM7950 as we can on here. Alright, so we'll clean that up. Dry that off. Okay. I'll use this to kind of clean it up a bit. Alright, whatever they put, I don't know, that stuff doesn't come off. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and do the heatsink now. So we got the heatsink portion here. Let's go ahead and see if this can be cleaned off. I don't think so. I think it's part of the heatsink. Yeah, so I think this is all part of the heatsink. These little dots here. Alright, so yeah, when I try and clean it, nothing happens. As you can see, nothing even comes off onto there. So I think that's just as good as it's gonna get. Let's go ahead and clean the board a tiny bit more here. You can see there's like a speck. I don't know if that's, what is that? Is that some liquid metal? No, okay, it's coming out. Alright, we'll use a little bit more paper just to wipe. The area around here is actually sticky, like a sticker. So now I got paper towel a bit stuck to that. Oops. So I think they actually also use that sticky pad to hold it, and that's probably another part of the reason why it was like stuck on there. We couldn't get it out. Okay, so I used some isopropyl alcohol and it let me wipe that away. Okay, I saw another video and they said that Framework is working, or they're making these replacement thermal pads available for the liquid metal. So if you want to put the original liquid metal back in there, you can. Okay, all right, if you replace it, if you wipe it off. Okay, anyways, there we go. So we're gonna just dry this stuff up. It looks like those dots are permanently in there. I can't get that out. So whatever that white speck is, that's not coming out. Right, let's see, I have this, right? Yeah, that white speck is permanently on there. Okay. Anyways, now we're gonna be applying some PTM7950. So PTM7950, the layer is somewhat thick. So one of my viewers one time was saying I was applying way too much, and they were correct. I was applying too much. So when I got a desktop that I applied it, and then I stuck the thing on, and then I peeled it back up, like a 2mm thick like line went all the way around. So that's way too much. So actually you don't even need to cover anywhere close to all of it. You can leave like probably a 1 or 2, even 2mm gap probably around the entire thing. So let me go grab that and I'll be back. Alright, so here we go. This is what I'm using. This PTM7950. This is the Linus Tech Tips one, but you should be okay with using any. Alright, so here we go. We have this, and that's quite a lot. So what I'm going to do is, I use a marker here to mark what I need. Okay. So you can see I'll center it here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut it out so it's like even. So cut like to there. I'm going to mark this. So I make sure to remove the outer layer. Alright. And for some people, because they'll probably want to see, I'll show you. I'll peel it up and then I'll probably have to do another one. Okay. But it does take some heat to let it spread. But we'll see if I don't use any heat, how much it will spread. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to peel this up. Okay, and here. Okay, we're going to use some tweezers to grab this. All right. And we're just going to line this up. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like. It's not centered right now, so it's okay. I'm going to redo it anyways. But I kind of just want to see so I can show what it looks like. So we'll push this down and we'll peel this up. Come on, stick down. Stay down. Okay. There we go. So we'll take that off. All right. And this is just going to be a kind of a quick test. So actually it will spread even more than what I'm going to show. I'm just going to stick it down on top without adding any heat and just to see how much it spreads even without any heat, okay? So we're going to get this, and let me see. I might have to bend the thing a little bit down because, all right, these aren't, not like this even touches anything, so not a big deal, but anyways. All right, let's go ahead and line this up here. Zoom out. Whoa, why is the color so weird? Is it like pinkish or something? Okay, we're gonna get this lined up here. All right. Okay, and then just as a test, so I'm gonna do this screw first to kind of help line it up. I only loosely fit it. All right, so this is screw number 1. We'll twist it backwards. You hear it click, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Second screw, hear it click, 1, 2, 3. Third screw, hear it click, 1, 2, 3. Fourth screw, click, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go ahead and tighten this guy down. And then we'll go ahead and go back here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now let's tighten it all the way. Okay. 2. 3, 4. Okay. So right now, no heat applied. Okay. I just closed it like this. I mean, if I want, I can maybe use the hairdryer, but that's not going to get anywhere near as hot as what the CPU would get. But I'm just going to leave it like this for a few minutes, and then I'll come back. All right. All right. So I let it sit for a few minutes. Let's go ahead now and basically just undo this thing and see what it looks like underneath. Okay, again, no heat was applied to this at all. It was just left sitting here. So we'll see if anything changed. All right, since we're just peeling this up, I'm gonna put it back. It doesn't really matter which screws we undo. All right, if you heat it up, it will obviously smush it even thinner because it'll get hot and liquefy. So I'm not too sure how much it will spread with just pressure alone. We'll find out. All right, so let's go ahead and lift this. And here you can see, okay, I didn't cover the whole top. Remember how it had that weird angle to it? But you can see how almost the entire, actually it even flowed out the sides over here. The top I didn't put enough because, yeah, you saw it was like cut weird. So if it heated, I'm pretty sure it would have flowed even more, and then it would have spread over the entire thing. And you can see, actually, you got pretty much almost complete coverage. These tiny little corners, it would have oozed further out, and then it would have flattened completely. Okay, so yeah, you can actually see there's still somewhat of a thick layer there. So anyways, we don't really need to clear up completely everything here because it's going to be smushed flat again, but I mean, let's go ahead and do it anyways. We'll get a nice, clean, flat connection. So this is just more of an experiment just to see, okay? And you can actually, oops, I should have done that while on camera. You can actually see it created a very thin film layer here that I can actually scrape up, and it's turning shiny as I scrape at it. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, so it filled all those little gaps there, okay? And since we're just putting PTM7950 again, I don't need to worry about cleaning it with isopropyl alcohol because it's basically the same stuff. It's just gonna ooze into itself and liquefy. So here you can see I can scrape it up, okay? And yeah, all right. So there you go. All right. Anyways, I probably could have just left that and then put a little bit more on in the area where it wasn't getting contact, but why not? Let's go ahead and do a completely clean one, okay? So we got this again. Okay. And we're just going to line it up and then cut a piece again here. So let's see, should I use that one? Let's see if I have one that's slightly longer just to see. That's way too long. And this will be too skinny. So I'm just going to cut a completely brand new one to make it a little bit better of reach. Although I'm pretty sure once it heated up, it should be fine. But just to be completely safe, we'll do it anyways. All right. So we'll line that up there. Okay. And we'll go ahead and cut this to be about, that's too much. There and there. Okay, so we'll cut this and then we'll reassemble the entire thing. So let's go ahead and do that. Kind of cut like a much bigger piece than before now. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and assemble this thing, separate the layer. Oops. Okay, let's separate this. Okay, some people said put this in like the fridge to help it be easier to separate the layers. But this stuff is designed to pull heat really fast, so it's not really going to help. I think it's just in your mind that it would help a little. I don't think it really does much doing that. But anyways, if it helps you, go for it. But I don't feel it really helps. I've tried it, okay? Anyways, we're going to go ahead and just stick this back. Oh, I put, yeah, no, I made it way bigger. Okay, I guess we're getting 100% coverage now from the get-go. All right. We'll stick this down. So now we're going to have like a layer that eventually oozes out over here, which is okay. It will help transfer the heat. Not like liquid metal all stays straight on top of here either. Especially, you can see how that's why they have this foam here to help keep it. And that will also guide it with the foam. So it'll be the same like the liquid metal eventually, where it will fill and then it'll have a little thing just stuck on that corner there. Okay, there we go. Anyways, let's go ahead and zoom out. I was seeing the black and thought that was part of the die, so I ended up cutting it too big, but that's okay. All right, we'll go ahead and line this up again. All right. Make sure this lines up first. Oh, okay, it's being a little bit off. Here, click 1, 2, 3. Right, then we'll go over here. Click 1, 2, 3. Number 2. Click 1, 2, 3. Number 3. Click 1, 2, 3. Number 4. Click 1, 2, 3. We'll go back. We'll tighten this guy all the way down. Okay, back here. 2, 3. Here, 1, 2, 3. Here, 1, 2, 3. Here, 1, 2, 3. And let's go ahead and tighten it down all the way. 2, 3, and the last guy. All right, so there we go. We can go ahead now and put back the SSD. All right. I'm surprised they actually don't even have a thermal pad for this SSD. But the bottom one, they have a thermal pad that attaches underneath, so it's kind of interesting. Okay, we'll get this in. I should actually put back that little blue thing that was covering that. If I can find it, I tossed it in the trash. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we can go ahead and put this thing back on here, right? Was it this way or this way? Should I leave it out? It's not gonna, I don't know. Because I'm kind of wondering if you decide to put another SSD, you have to take the whole board out again. Because this will be underneath the board. Anyways, we'll stick that back on there. Why not? Okay, we got the board. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in. Okay, so make sure these things are up and out of the way. Okay, and there's a few cables you have to make sure that stay out of the way. So, right, the wireless card, the 2 cables going from the screen, and then you have the power button cable. Both sides need to end up back on top, so make sure the power button fingerprint cable, and then the speaker cable here. Oh, that's going to be a little annoying, isn't it? Maybe I should. Okay, we should do the other side first. Oh, also this needs to be up and out of the way. So many little pieces that you have to keep out of the way. Okay, so it's easier to slide it over this way so that you can get these 2 out of the way first. Make sure that's up, and then make sure these are on top. And there we go. All right, not too bad. Okay. I mean, they talk about how easy this thing is to work on. Honestly, I've had computers I've worked on that were easier, but it's pretty good. All right. All right. So I wouldn't say it's the absolute easiest to work on, but it is nice and easy to work on. The main thing, that heatsink, keep in mind that thing's going to be difficult to pull off. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've had other computers that were easier to work on, but I guess this, for customizability, is super nice. Especially with a lot of the cables being not like cables, it's just like a contact patch. That makes it nice, okay? And hopefully less likely to break. But yeah, alright, let's go ahead and zoom in and then start reassembling this thing. So we got this 6 screws that we got to put back. I don't know if there's a specific order that you need to put it back in, but I guess we'll just do it by the numbers. Alright, so we got number 1 up here. Sorry if you can't see. Number 1 up here. Okay. Number 2 down here. If you notice, I twist it backwards first. Number 3 over here. 4 over here. Number 5 up here. Make sure you're not smashing any of the cables under the screws. And number 6 right here under this. Okay, now that we got all of that, we can go ahead and start plugging in some cables here. Okay, so wireless card first. Just get that in at an angle. Okay. And then make sure you push the whole thing in, just like that. We have this little bracket that we have to put back on here. Oops, sorry if you couldn't see. So this bracket slides back on there. Make sure I'm putting it the right direction. Yeah. Oh, it's a little difficult. This little thing needs to slide under the wireless card, and then these go around the sides. So make sure that the wireless card stays up while you do this. Slide it on. There we go. Okay, lower this down in place. Alright, and then this little bar hides the antennas around it. Then we got these connectors. Just line it back up. Push it back down. Okay, I was expecting a satisfying click, but I didn't feel one. Alright, we got the other cable over here on this side. Line it up. Very important. Make sure you line it up right before you smush it down. Okay, and then push that. Why do these not have satisfying clicks? So weird. I'm so used to these kinds of connectors having like a satisfying click. I mean, it holds in tight so you know it's good, but I don't know. I was expecting a little click when you push it down. But there's, yeah, see, it's solid in place, but there's no click. Interesting. Okay, now we got the fingerprint power button connector here. Okay, line that up. And get that in. And then latch that down. There we go, just like that. Okay, next thing we got, let's see, the little back cover here with the power button. Okay. So this piece, again, it has magnets on it. I think we have to slide it some way. I don't think you can just drop it in, right? Can it? Does it just drop in? Oh, I guess it does. Okay, pretty nice. Right? Okay, it looks like it just drops in. Right? I don't know. I feel like this is supposed to slide in somehow, but maybe that's what the other portion attaches to. Okay, so anyways, drop that on. I guess if you worked on a lot of these, then it becomes easier. Alright, anyways. Get that up. Get that in. Oops, sorry, I should probably zoom in for you guys. But the way people show this when they work on it and then make videos, they make it look way easier than what it is. I mean, it's not difficult, but they make it look way easier than what it actually is. Okay, so we got that. Oh, don't forget the speaker cable down here. Okay, line it up. This isn't very different than the MacBook speakers and other laptop speakers. Okay, there we go. I mean, upgradability wise, it's a lot nicer. You can upgrade stuff a lot easier, right? But taking it apart, honestly, I don't feel it's that crazy easier compared to other stuff. So I don't know. Anyways, that's just me. Okay, so we got this now. Flip it over. So this one, you just line it up onto the rails and then slide it in. Okay, make sure it stays flat on the rails and slide it over. Am I hitting something? All right, let's zoom out here. I think I'm hitting this cloth. All right, so I think we lined it up wrong. Okay, make sure you actually start with it all the way off before you put it. Don't like start with it slightly on like this, okay? You have to start with it all the way to the back and then slide it down. Right, then just line it up and click it down. There you go. Yeah, GPU actually super easy to replace on this thing because the GPU will be built into this, okay? And once you get that in, we lift this piece up. And then these two screws hold the thing in place. There we go. All right, then we need the little connector to reconnect it all down. All right, so this helps power the fans, it looks like. All right, so just line it up and drop it into place. Okay. These have two little raised mounts to help keep it lined up. Okay. Nice. All right, hopefully you're able to see what's going on. Sorry if you can't. Okay. There we go. That's all back into place here. Then close that up. And then we gotta put back the keyboard and other pieces. Oh, the battery first. I don't know if it matters which order. Okay. So we got the battery now. Go ahead and put the battery so it slides in like this. Lower this down. This lines up. Push that in to line up the connectors. And like someone said, I saw on one of their videos, these flash red so that you know there's power. Okay. I thought it continues to flash red, but apparently it just flashes red twice and then it stops. Okay. Hopefully we got everything in correctly. Okay, battery's connected. Keyboard. Oh, wait. Don't forget this, all right? This metal plate goes on top. Don't put it upside down like I was about to do. Don't put it upside down that way either, like I was about to do. Okay, then we line up these. Okay, just like that. And then we'll go again the order that they did. So first, I don't know if we do the order in the opposite or we do the order in the same way. Okay, so do you go the opposite now? Do you go from the highest number to the lowest, or I don't know. I'm just gonna do number 2 first. I'm gonna plug this after I get all the screws in, okay? So we'll go to number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, 11, number 12. It looks like you can replace the GPU without even taking this plate off, so that's very nice actually. 12. Number 13. Just make sure your computer's off. Okay, number 13. Number 14. Number 15. Number 16. All right. and number 17 here. There we go. We got all of that in. And now we'll just push this down into place. Nice. Okay, keyboard back in. So, wait, yeah, line it up. Plop it down. It stays in. That's it. Very simple to drop into place. Okay. Then we got these side panels. Get that in. Drop it into place. This side panel. Drop it, slide it up. Drop it into place. Nice. Very easy. Got the touchpad, trackpad thing. Make sure you have it facing the right way. Line it up, and then we just slide it in, right? Okay, line it up, slide it into place. Good. Then we got these metal plates. Make sure you have it facing the right way. Line it up, slide it up, line it up, slide it up. Oh, that's not, there we go. Okay, and then click. And that's about it. Let's go ahead and get the little USB-C thingies back in. Okay. I don't know if it matters which goes where. It shouldn't, but I'll try and put it back in the order it was. I don't remember. I didn't leave it in that layout. So there we go. Get all those in. Alright, so we got all of those in. Lock those connectors in place. And that's pretty much it. Let's power it up. Let's see if it complains at all. Okay, power button. All right, it powers up. Let's see if it has a wait time because the battery was removed. I did not see a separate CMOS BIOS RTC real-time clock battery, so I'm assuming it uses the main battery as most new computers started doing. You can see the screen is staying black right now. So if I'm correct that it's doing a BIOS reset, we're gonna have to wait a bit. It's gonna take a while, so that's usually normal. Okay. Did it always was it always like this? There's like a little gappy there. Okay, and there you go, framework, there you go. So like I said, don't be afraid. That's a very common thing. If you wait like more than 20 minutes and still nothing comes on the screen, double check your RAM because a lot of times it's gonna be the RAM. Date and time got reset. It's showing January 30th. It's not January 30th. It's February 1st, I think. So yeah, anyways, February 1st, and I think it's like 5 or 6 p.m. right now. So yeah, it didn't update. One thing I highly recommend doing after doing any big changes, do a restart on the computer, not a shutdown. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their device as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. I also have another channel called It's Been Reviewed and More. Same profile picture, but zoomed in because it's a close look at things. It would really help, again, if you go to that channel and subscribe. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Pretty nice and easy to take apart, especially once you figure out how to do it. If you just saw this computer for the first time, it's like, wait, what? How does this work? So it's designed in a way that's very different from every other computer. So in that sense, for me, taking this apart was more difficult. But I mean, if you do it enough times, it's actually easier. So yeah, and then it's nice that all the screws are attached to everything, so you don't have to worry about losing them. You don't have to worry about keeping them organized. All the same screwdrivers used for all the removable stuff, at least that I did for that part. There are other random, like smaller, like PH0 screws and stuff, but for the most part, most people are just going to be using the T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, let's drop this. Bye.